Hi, I'm Gresham, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Markham Park Target Range here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. In a few minutes, we'll begin our coverage of the 8th Annual Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge. But before we do, Tom Gresham and I would like to talk to you a few minutes about this unique competition.
The Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge was designed from the ground up as a competition that would be wide open to everyone who likes to shoot. There are no pre-shoot requirements or classification restrictions on entrance. So it's not surprising that the largest class by far is the sportsman's class. Men and women who enjoy shooting, but who are not necessarily top shooters or even registered shooters in other disciplines. They've also added a novice class for first-time team challenge competitors. It's a perfect way to get your feet wet, even if you've never shot in this kind of all-around competition.
Of course, the open class attracts many of the top competitive shooters in the country in many disciplines, and that's a real bonus for everyone else. Instead of just watching from the stands, sportsman and novice class shooters get to rub elbows and shoot side by side with many of the top guns in the world. It's not that far from getting a turn at bat in a major league game or getting to tee off with the pros in a PGA event.
For the most part, the team challenge was developed with the weekend shooter in mind. For one thing, no course of fire requires a highly customized or even a specialized target firearm. In fact, one of the things that many of the competitors tell me they like about the team challenge is that they already have the guns they need to compete, whether it's a favorite bird gun or a .22 autoloader. What it really comes down to is that there isn't a target out here that you can't hit with an out-of-the-box gun.
And it's not just the top couple of teams that finish in the money. In both the sportsman and novice classes, the payout goes all the way down to the 15th place. The total purse in the sportsman's class is over $40,000, and the novice class pays out over $6,000. That translates into 5th and 6th place winnings of more than a few $1,000s. And in the team challenge, you don't have to shoot a perfect or near perfect score to place among the winners. In fact, last year, the winners in the sportsman and novice classes hit only about 2/3 of all the targets.
Of course, as in any shooting game, practice is the key. The National Shooting Sports Foundation holds Team Challenge preview events in regions around the country where you can experience these courses of fire firsthand. You can also get a free copy of the Team Challenge Competitor's Manual, which contains courses of fire diagrams as well as suggestions on how you can practice on your own.
You know, the Sportsman's Team Challenge reminds me of a good old-fashioned shooting match. It's open to anybody who wants to step up to the line. The accent is on good shooting, not on elaborate guns and gear. And it's what good shooting fun is all about. So I hope to see you down here in Florida next year, and I hope you enjoy the show. For more information on the Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge preview events, or to get a free copy of the Competitor's Manual, write to the following address: Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge, National Shooting Sports Foundation, 11 Mile Hill Road, Newtown, Connecticut, 06470.
Chevy Trucks Shooting Sports America. Brought to you by Chevy Trucks, Browning, and Federal.
Combine fast-action shooting with instantly visible hit-or-miss targets, from metal plates out at 90 yards to plate targets that zoom overhead at over 60 miles an hour, and you have a shooting match that's almost as exciting to watch as it is to shoot. From start to championship round finish, no other competition places more demands on a shooter's all-around ability. It's a one-of-a-kind triathlon of handgun, rifle, and shotgun marksmanship skills. Perhaps the ultimate challenge for any of America's top competitive shooters. So stay tuned as we get set to cover the 1996 Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge National Championships. Hi, I'm Gresham, shooting editor for Sports Appeal magazine. And on behalf of the National Shooting Sports Foundation, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 8th Annual National Championships of the Chevy Truck Sportsman's Team Challenge, here at the Markham Park Target Range in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And joining me to cover all the top teams in this year's national championship is fellow Sports Appeal editor Tom Gresham. Tom, you know, the goal of every team here is to earn a spot in the championship round, and that's getting tougher every year.
Oh, no question about it. But with the National Shooting Sports Foundation and Chevy Truck putting up a cash purse of over $145,000, you can bet that just about every top gun in the country is right here in Florida.
Last year's winner, the Sierra Starline team, continues to dominate the regional team challenge events. Among the most versatile and accomplished shooters in the country, Doug Koenig has had an outstanding year in national matches. The Bianchi Cup and former Masters champion, Brian Enos, is the second team member, and anchoring this trio is America's top rifle silhouette shooter, David Tubb.
I think if we play our game, I think we're going to be right there at the end.
The Dillon team was a close second in last year's match. Veteran team challenge competitor and many-time pistol champion Rob Latham is the team captain. Nationally ranked handgun and shotgun shooter Art Meyer brings wide-ranging skills to the team. The team is anchored by one of the country's most accomplished rifle, handgun, and shotgun shooters, Mike Voigt.
Rifle shooting's obviously still our weak point. There's a lot of wind out to deal with, so we'll see what happens. Our shotgun shooting we've been improving on and working on real hard.
The Caspian Clark team can't help but bring their work home with them. Known as the world's fastest revolver shooter, Jerry Michalik is married to team member Kay Clark. Anchoring the team is nationally ranked rifle shooter and custom gun builder Jim Clark Jr., Kay's brother.
Looking good for the amount of time we practiced.
Team Texas is captained by Jim Griggs, a top handgun shooter known for his exceptional speed on action plate targets. Also a nationally ranked handgunner, Jeff Shoppy is currently a top sporting clays shooter as well. Third team member, Robert Massey, is a two-time rifle silhouette national champion and a top all-around competitor.
We think we've got a real good chance this year. We've been practicing a little bit, and our times have been good in our shotgun shooting zone, so we're hopeful.
As good as these shooters are individually, each team here has to compete across the board, shooting in all of the rifle, handgun, and shotgun events.
Well, that's right, Grits. In no other shooting event do competitors face the challenge of a truly all-around competition, with 6 unique courses of fire that cover all the shooting disciplines. Each event is evenly weighed, and the best possible score at each is 100 points.
89 teams, an all-time record high, stepped up to the line. And as the smoke cleared and the preliminary round action wound down, 3 teams in each class made it to the championship round. In the featured open class, it was Team Texas, Team Dillon, and the Sierra Starline team.
The championship round got underway in the shotgun competition with a flurry event. In the flurry, 5 computer-controlled traps throw 50 play targets toward the shooters, 5 at once and then 1 practically right after the other. Strategy is key in this event, but of course the Sierra Starline team has been here before and they know what to do.
After they go full. Move.
Here we go, all 5 at once. They take them all. That's the key. They're backing each other up superbly here.
They're really in sync.
The way they're going now, I'd be surprised if they dropped a single target. Oh, one almost got by.
Almost got by. Straight overhead.
What a great
Got them
round.
all.
Clear your guns.
Shooting like a well-oiled machine, they really set the pace for the other team to follow. Right? Yep. All right, we got Team Dillon is up here, and here we go with the flurry. They took them all. That's the way to start. Watch the reloading. Watch these guys. It just takes them no time at all to practice this so often.
They're not looking up at the birds and trying to reload
All
the
right,
same
one
time.
bird just got by them there.
That's it. They dropped only 1 target. But that 1 target could be costly.
All right, here we go. Team Texas in the flurry. 1 got through in that initial fire. And there's another one that slipped by. They need to get back in their rhythm. They looked a little shaky starting off.
There's another one. That's 3.
They're having trouble working it out. They got to get back into the strategy. Okay, now they've got it. Now they've got it. Oh, there goes another one. So after the flurry, the first of 3 shotgun events, it was Sierra Starline in the lead with a 100, followed by Dillon with a 98, and Team Texas in with a 90. It's shaping up to be a tight race.
We'll be right back with more from the Sportsman's Team Challenge.
The second event is the mixed bag event, where team members take turns, each facing a series of doubles. 2 targets thrown at the same time from any pair of multiple traps set out on either side, in front, even behind the shooters. Of course, the experienced shooters in Team Dillon know what it takes here. Some of these combinations are exceedingly difficult. When you have a high teal, and then the next you have to go right down to the ground and shoot that rabbit target. Art did a great job of following that rabbit through the bales and taking it just before it disappeared out of sight.
Each Dillon team member tended to break the first target of each pair, but the tough second target got away more often than they would have liked. Together, they dropped 13 targets for a final score of 74. Needing to pick up points here, Team Texas bore down on these difficult targets. Unfortunately, the wind picked up just as they got ready to shoot, making the second shot even more difficult. In the end, they dropped 20 targets altogether for a final score of 60.
Not as good as we wanted to. Lots of problems out there. So
Sierra Starline knew that this was now an opportunity to extend their lead early in the match. The wind, however, gave them a tough time, especially on the distant teal target.
Tower! Ready! Ready! Bullet! Tower!
Their final tally of 64 was 10 points less than Dillon.
Not average, a little below. Something to make up.
So after the flurry and mixed bag events, it was now Dillon on top with a combined score of 172. Sierra was 8 points back with a 164, and Team Texas was in with a 150.
The final shotgun event is the flush, where the challenge is reversed from the flurry. Here we have 5 traps throwing 50 targets at different angles and elevations away from the shooters. Now, much like the flurry, a good score in the flush depends upon teamwork. You get out of sync here, and it's awfully easy to drop more than a few targets. And that's going to be the real requirement for the Team Texas, which is going to be the first up here.
The Team Texas hopes to do well here because they're 22 points behind.
Targets all at once. There they go.
Like they dropped one of them.
This is true rapid fire. These targets are coming out left, right, in front, high, low. They're trying to help each other call these targets, but at the same time, they're trying to shoot. Looks like they got out of sync. Somebody did not have a loaded gun there. They dropped 2 targets, got away from them in a hurry. They're covering for each other, trying to catch any bird that's not been hit to jump on it right behind their teammate. It happens awfully fast, and then all of a sudden, it's over.
we broke a lot of birds, a lot of backup birds. So I hope we did well.
Got them all. Behind Dillon by 8 points, Sierra knew this was their chance to at least pull back even with Dillon. And their final score of 90 set the bar awfully high for Team Dillon to match.
I still think we're the team to beat.
Here we go.
I think 2 got to pay in that initial one. They are not quite in sync here. Yep, another one has slipped by.
Just lost 2 more.
This is very much unlike Team Dillon to be out of sync this fast.
They are really out of sync.
They're all loading at the same time. And while they're loading, those birds are getting away from them.
That's got to be disappointing to them. They're back on track now, I think, though. They're pretty much in sync. Oh, they're a tough teal.
Too many shots at that teal if there's another bird. All right, that's it.
Things didn't go real well. Oh well. Then now, off we go. Next event.
So, after the shotgun events, it was Sierra Starline with a combined score of 254 and a 24-point lead over second-place Dillon's score of 230. Just 2 points behind, Team Texas was in with a 228.
We'll be right back with more from the Sportsman's Team Challenge.
After finishing up the shotgun events, the shooters moved to shooting steel with the rifle event where precision and speed are the key. These open class teams have only 1 minute and 45 seconds to hit 44 targets. The targets are set out in banks of 10 at 45, 60, 75, and 90 yards. They've got to hit these targets squarely to make the little white flag pop up. Now, some teams will choose to shoot collectively all at one bank. Others will split up the duties. The Sierra Starline team has their strategy figured out, and they're coming up to the line.
They had a high 90s score in the preliminary round a couple of days ago, but that was in the wind. Usually they run this bank for a perfect 100. We'll see what they do.
Notice that looks like that they have divided up the banks. They're not all shooting at the same one. Give each shooter responsibility to clear one bank.
One of the things you notice too is reloading is a critical factor here. They can shoot as many times as they want, but they can only start with 2 loaded magazines. Sierra Starline's priority was to protect the 24-point lead they had established after the shotgun event. And that's exactly what they did, knocking down each and every target with seconds to spare.
We got a good strategy on that as far as how we shoot the targets, and everything went right according to plan.
Sergeant Myers concentrating on those close targets, and he just ran them all. I don't think he missed a one on his first magazine.
They're falling in great order here. I tell you what, these guys know what they're doing. So they have spent countless hours and thousands of rounds practicing on these steel targets. They have a setup just like this at home that they can work on. They need to have everybody shooting right now, and they are out of time.
They were able to knock down all the main targets, but ran out of time before they could shoot the mini 1-inch targets. With a final score of 88, they continued to lose ground to Sierra Starline.
I doubt that we can get into Sierra's territory, but I think we can hold on to where we're at.
We'll keep fighting, see how it goes.
For Team Texas, the rifle event was a chance to jump ahead of Dillon in what was now shaping up to be a tight race for second place. With a great run of 92, that's just what they did, picking up a 2-point edge going into the combo event.
Wanted a little better, but we'll take what we've got.
Now we're coming up to the event we own, the combo.
So after the rifle event, Sierra Starline jumped out to a 34-point lead with a combined score of 354. Team Texas was now in second place with a 320, and Dillon was 2 points back with a 318.
As the name implies, the Convoy event was rifle and handgun shooting together. 2 team members fire 22 caliber handguns while the third competes with a 22 caliber rifle. There are 50 targets set out from 25 all the way out to 80 yards, and to make it even tougher, some of those targets aren't even in view. You have to hit a clearing target before you can see it. Now, this may be the toughest venue of all. Team Dillon knows it has to perform here. After the handgun shooters both shoot both their magazines, they can start loading for another shooters.
Right, they know that this rifle shooter has a much better chance of getting the far targets down quicker. So they're going to load for him and keep that rifle shooting.
Rob Latham is using that handgun way out there now, stretching the barrel just a little bit for that handgun. Trailing Team Texas by 2 points, and with the final handgun event coming up, the combo event was Dillon's last chance to put some pressure on Team Texas. And with just 1 second left on the clock, they got the last target on the course and a perfect score of 100.
Team now that gives us a chance to hold second, so we're happy.
For Team Texas, this meant repeating their perfect preliminary round score of 100. Always a lot tougher challenge in the championship round. They almost made it, but couldn't get the last 3 targets. So their score of 94 put them 4 points behind Dillon going into the final handgun event. Sierra Starline could afford to go on cruise control at this point, but instead they put the pedal to the metal and in a remarkable display of marksmanship skills, knocked down all the targets with 22 seconds to spare. So with only 1 event left to shoot, the Sierra Starline team was in the catbird seat with a 36-point advantage. Dillon was in second place with a 418, a 4-point advantage over the Team Texas score of 414.
While the open class teams grab the headlines at the team challenge, the largest and often most competitive group of shooters are in the Sportsman's class. In a neck-and-neck race to the finish, it was the Blackjack team taking this year's Sportsman's class honors.
Team Blackjack, you won the Sportsman's class. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. We'd like to thank NSSF for putting on a wonderful match, our sponsors Blackjack Knives, Seminole Chokes, and Brigade Quartermasters for helping us get here.
Congratulations, and we'll see you here next year.
See you here.
The industry class in this event doesn't compete for money, but the rivalries among these teams are no less intense. Coming out on top in the industry class in a race where the lead changed several times was the team from Smith & Wesson.
Smith & Wesson, congratulations on winning the industry class. How do you feel?
Fantastic. This was a good win to back up last year.
Well, it looks like you got a string of them going. What are you playing now?
I haven't yet knocked down all the pistol targets, so we'll be back next year.
Way to go. Congratulations.
Thanks, Tom.
Stay tuned for more action from Markham Park. With just the handgun event to go, Sierra Starline is clearly in a commanding position, 36 points ahead of second place Team Dillon.
But with only 4 points between Dillon and Team Texas, we've got a real shooting match left for second place.
And this final handgun event is a great place to have a shootout. In keeping with the all-around theme of the competition, the handgun event combines a variety of different types of handgun matches. A 22 caliber course with biathlon-style targets at 20 and 25 yards, a centerfire speed event with falling plate targets from 7 to 25 yards, and a centerfire long-range event with 2 banks of 4-inch targets out at 25 and 35 yards. Team Texas is only 4 points back for second place. They really have to pour it on here.
Here we go with Team Texas. Jim Griggs is going up to the rimfire target. They need to get off to a good start here.
Well, these guys don't have a whole lot of time, so they're going to have to mow these down. And, of course, they do have the option of going for that bonus target, which is worth 9 points out there after he knocks down all of these other targets. Of course, he can go to that any time, but it's an extremely difficult target. Boy, Jim's doing really well here. He's reloading fast and staying on target. He's working his way right down the bank. He dropped one there. He'll go back and pick that one up, though. Now he's going to go for that bonus target. That one was a little left. That is a really small target, and it's way out. There he goes. Great shooting. Looks like they're about to send Robert Massey to the speed event here.
And he also has a bonus target that is good for 6 points, I believe.
Roberts decided to go work on that little bitty bonus target way out there. There he goes. He got it.
Hit the big plate. Hit the big plate.
He still got one up there. He thought he had knocked them all down. There was still one up. It's really costing him time. Now he's trying to get the magazine out. This is really going to affect them.
Oh, that's too bad.
That's just really too bad. He had one up there. He thought he had knocked it down.
And they had picked up 16 bonus points already.
They just lost all their time there as he was, I don't know what happened, mental lapse, but they never even got to send Jeff Shoppy to the long-range precision event there. All right, we got Team Dillon is up here, and they came into this 4 points up over Team Texas for second place. Team Texas came in with 91 points in this event, so these guys know what they have to do. They're going to have to really work hard. What? Oh, he's got a jam. He's got a problem there. That's really going to cost them some time in their race to take second place. Okay, Rob's back online now. He's shooting. He's got his rhythm back. He's doing real well. Rob Latham did a great job on that first bank. He got the bonus points.
We got Mike Boyd out there on the metal plates.
Boy, that's pure speed right there.
Okay, make the shots, Mike.
That comes from hundreds of hours at the shooting range working on that. Look at that. Look at that, how fast that is.
He's not going for the bonus.
No, he got the bonus.
He got the bonus.
In the middle of all of that, he just hosed down the bonus, too. They left Art Meyer a lot of time here. Okay. All right. It looks like a really great run there. That was a great performance by Team Dillon. Sierra Starline team comes into this final event with a good lead.
Doug Koenig is shooting the 22. Boy, he's rolling those targets over.
They're really showing why they're in the lead at this point. Doug's doing a great job. Working his way right down the bank, started with the far bank and coming up to the closer bank. When he gets those, we'll see. I'm sure he'll jump out and try to get that bonus target out there.
He's after it now.
Yeah. 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots.
Got it.
Okay, took him 5, but he got it.
That's an extra 9 points.
They're going to send David Tubb out for the speed event, the centerfire speed.
This won't take long.
No, it's not taking long. You're right. He shoots handgun pretty well for a rifle guy.
Doesn't he ever?
Now, the question is he going to try for that little target out
Yes,
there?
he is. He's doing it now.
There he got it. Great
That's
shooting.
another 6 points.
Super shooting. And there's still enough time there. Brian Enos is so good. We have seen him master this stage in the past. Not a lot of time left, but let's see. Boy, it's a quick reload. Working his way down there, working his way. And that's it. Super performance by the Sierra Starline team.
So for Sierra Starline, this victory not only cemented their claim as the best all-around shooters in the country, but also gave them claim to one of the largest purses in shooting competition. Presenting the winner's check, Tim Thompson of Chevy Trucks.
Gentlemen, on behalf of the great men and women of Chevy Trucks, I'm pleased to present a check for $33,000 to Team Sierra Starline for a great win today and a fine two-peat. Congratulations, gentlemen.
We really appreciate Chevy Truck's sponsorship of this match and other events. It's a really great tournament. We really appreciate it.
Well, Tom, combine great shooting, a flawless strategy, and countless hours of practice, and you end up with a championship team called Sierra Starline.
Grits, they showed the rest of these teams just how it's done.
Great shooting and a great team. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Chevy Trucks Shooting Sports America, and hope you'll join us next time.
Chevy Trucks Shooting Sports America. Brought to you by Ruger, Weatherby, and Winchester.